the CEO and founder of Genesis 10 and member of the Dean's Advisory Board at Columbia University's Graduate School of International and Public Affairs. Harley Lippman is back with us. Harley, great to have you on the program.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, Harley, this team goes in tomorrow. They go in and start negotiations. What would you be advising them on how they go about this?
Well, I think there are two themes here. One is nuclear weapons, and we just heard President Trump on your program say how they can't have nuclear weapons, and he's spot on. Because if you let them have nuclear weapons, two things will happen. A, we're going to have a war again with Iran. This time, they'll have nuclear weapons. We just had a war with them without nuclear weapons. So that's the only choice we have. A war with Iran without them having nuclear weapons or with. We don't want them to have nuclear weapons. That would be unacceptable. Second problem with them developing a nuclear weapon is that if they get one, already 6 Arab nations said they will get one. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, UAE, Turkey, others said they'll do it. And in that part of the world, someone's going to end up using one. So we have to speak about nuclear proliferation. We are against nuclear proliferation. So that's why it's absolutely critical that they do not get a nuclear bomb. The second theme, which is just as important, is that you can't let Iran blackmail the world on an internationally recognized open waterway. Because if you do that, you set a terrible precedent. You have the Straits of Mandab already that Yemen has. That they would block off the Red Sea if they see that Iran gets away with it. You have the Malacca Straits where Indonesia is. You have Taiwan Straits where China is. Basically, these are the main choke points of the world for maritime traffic, naval traffic.
Harley.
And most of the trade in the world is by the ocean. So anybody who has control could blackmail the world and create a depression for the world. So this would be absolutely unacceptable. And you can't let Iran get a win out of this war where they could charge tolls. They're a terrorist nation and they'll end up extorting unfriendly nations. And you can't give them that gift. They didn't have that before this war.
All right.
And in fairness to other nations, we got to be mindful of that.
All right, so it seems to me that the president may be backing off of the United States taking control of the Straits of Hormuz. You heard his comments before. We had the former commander of the USS Cole, who still has lots of contacts in the United States Navy. He informed me we really did not have one Navy ship in the Straits, actually in the Straits. Listen to this from Commander Lippman last night.
We haven't even taken our most capable ship, an Aegis guided missile destroyer like USS Cole, and the modern versions that we have today. We have yet to put one of those through the Strait right now because of the low risk tolerance that the United States Navy has. So unfortunately, I'm kind of looking at my Navy and I'm a little bit embarrassed because I wish they would get it there, lean forward, and start an escort process where we can get these ships safely through the Strait of Hormuz.
All right, Harley, I had always been surprised that we hadn't taken control. We're the United States military. We've proven we could take control of this Straits of Hormuz at any moment we wanted to. And then it hit me. I think President Trump is teaching Europe a lesson here. We don't get oil coming through the Straits, America. I think he's teaching them a lesson. I think he may force them to go take it over themselves. Your thoughts on my thoughts and if that's a possibility?
I think without a doubt, President Trump has a brilliant strategy in that regard. The best example is he got NATO nations to pony up 5% of their GDP for defense. Prior to that, they were supposed to pay 2%. They weren't even doing that. Obama and Biden tried to get them to even commit to the 2%, and they failed. So President Trump scared Europe so much that they ended up increasing their share of the defense in Europe, when after all, Russia is in their backyard, and they should be the ones to carry at least their fair share, if not more. So he already accomplished that, and I think he's doing the same thing. And in fairness to European NATO nations, A, they were surprised. Second, they weren't consulted. And I think they'll get there, but we got to give them a little bit of time. If they don't get there, then there'll be consequences for Europe. But this is in the interest of everyone having it open. While it's true the United States is not as concerned because we are energy independent, if Iran again gets away with that, it will create a terrible situation for the world. And they will blame the United States, saying, hey, that didn't exist before America's war with Iran. So America created the opportunity for Iran to blackmail the rest of the world. And we have to own that to some extent. So we have to make sure that there's free navigation because, again, the precedent that would be set there would be absolutely dangerous everywhere else in the world.
I hear you. All great points, Harley Lippman, as always. We appreciate you coming on the program. Have a great weekend, sir.
Thank you. You too.